Hi chess fans! The game I'm gonna show you is the first game in the history of chess played between the Grandmaster and computer. It took place in 1963 and the Grandmaster was no other than the great David Bronstein. Bronstein played white pieces and he started with e4. It was king's gambit. Takes f, knight f3, knight f6, e5, knight g4, d4, g5 in order to guard the pawn on f4, knight c3, knight e3. Bronstein's strategy in this game was to lure his opponent, the computer, to grab all the pieces that he offers him in order to win tempi and checkmate the computer. And it will really be the case, as you will see. So instead of objectively stronger move bishop takes e3, he played queen e2. And after knight takes f1, instead of capturing back the knight, he played knight e4, creating a threat of knight f6. And computer, as Bronstein expected, instead of objectively strongest move bishop e7 in order to protect f6 square, decided to keep the knight, as computers at those times played very naive and materialistic chess and grabbed everything you offer it. This leads to knight f6 check, king e7. And now another sacrifice by Bronstein. He gives away the rook on a1 by playing bishop d2. Objectively, again stronger would be bishop takes e3. But Bronstein played bishop e2, leaving the pawn on c2 unguarded. And, of course, computer fell into this trap, took on c2 check, king f2, knight takes a1. Now the strongest move would be knight takes g5. However, Bronstein wanted to check whether computer agrees to a draw, to perpetual, or evaluates the position incorrectly and wants to win. So he checked with the knight on d5. Now the king can move either to e8, which would lead to perpetual. Knight would check again on f6. Or, as was the case in the game, play king e6. So this move shows that computer completely misevaluated the position and wanted to win, as it has great material advantage. However, besides material advantage, there are other positional advantages, which computer couldn't take into consideration at those times. So Bronstein plays queen c4, and this position is now absolutely winning for white, although black has extra rook and a piece. At the moment, terrible discovered check is threatening, so b5. And after this, Bronstein checkmates his opponent in 10 moves. It's a forced checkmate. So you can pause the video if you wish and try to find checkmate in 10 moves. So it's knight takes g5 check first, queen takes g5, knight takes c7 check, king e7. If instead of king e7 black goes to f5, black gets checkmated just in 2 moves, queen d3 check and queen h3 checkmate. So king e7, knight d5 check. If king goes to d8, then it gets checkmated even faster, bishop a5 check and checkmate. That's why king e6. Now knight takes f4 double check in order to open the bishop's diagonal. King e7 again, knight d5 check. Now we have the same position as a couple of moves ago, with the only difference that there is no obstacle. F4 pawn isn't here and bishop's diagonal is open. Now if king goes to e6, we will see the importance of this disappearance of f4 pawn, as it would lead to checkmate. Now bishop can takes the queen and checkmate. That's why after knight d5 check, king went to e8. However, it also leads to checkmate. Queen takes c8 check, knight c7 check, bishop b4 check. Now you see the idea behind bishop d2 move, which sacrificed the rook on a1, d6, and checkmate in 2 moves. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you did, like it and subscribe to my channel. See you next time.